Sounds like Cliff Richard. Some people, I love the song, I love his voice. That's not how he sounds, FD.
But he goes the
That's the vibrato. Okay, 9:15 here on The Morning Drive with the Flying Dutchman and Carrie Chong. And today we've got somebody very special with us here in the studio. Hi, Ng Yi.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, Ng Yi is a Freegan. And this word, I only just came across
I had never heard of it before.
Yes, but let's talk about this because you discovered Freeganism way back in 2017,
Yes.
right? And you've since embraced the lifestyle fully. For people who are not, too familiar, can you tell us what it entails? What is Freeganism?
Okay, so if you go to the Wikipedia page, right? So it's basically defined as a rejection of consumerism. So we try not to excessively consume. We just consume what we need, right? So if we need something, we can instead of buying it, we try to find it through alternative ways. Like it could be secondhand, borrow, refurbish, reuse things, right? And I feel like it's actually pretty similar to someone who may be a minimalist,
Yes.
or like in the zero waste movement, or like
Okay.
someone who just cares about the environment, right? Just the difference is that someone who is Freegan may participate in things like food rescue, dumpster
Okay.
diving.
Right.
Yeah.
But what made you decide to take the plunge? Like, were you particularly moved by something that you saw? Yeah.
Yeah. So I got into Freeganism about 2017, right? So before that, I was already into like minimalism. Like I
see.
don't want to buy excessively, right? Into zero waste where we try to reduce the amount of like disposable packaging that I consume, right? So it could be like bringing my own cup or bringing my own tapao container, that kind of stuff, like my own bag to go to buy groceries, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so I was already into that, but I felt like there could be more. So when I came across some YouTube videos, right, of people in the US like dumpster diving, I was like, oh, this is super interesting, right? They can actually get so much, like, it's sad that so much stuff is being thrown away even before it reaches consumers. But like, if we can somehow use those things, then that would be, I think, like if I want to reduce waste, like why not just consume the waste directly?
Yeah.
Right.
But it's not really. I'm trying to wrap my head around this because to me, dumpster diving has a very negative connotation. It is not that, right?
The thing is that in Singapore, right, we are so rich, right, that we throw away things that are perfectly usable.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So I found like things in really good conditions. Sometimes I like to call it like dumpster snorkeling because like diving, it makes you feel like, oh, I'm like diving into
it's
the
really
bin.
dirty.
Yeah, and gross.
Yeah.
Hey, diving is not dirty. It's a beautiful world.
No, but not when
underneath.
it's a dumpster.
Okay. Okay, we're going to continue this conversation with Ng Yi in just a bit on Facebook, so please join us there. Okay, so, yes.
So go on. So
Dumpster
you call
snorkeling.
it dumpster snorkeling.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and it's like really simple to do because when I like go out, I'll pass by my the HDB void deck. Right. So people do actually leave things out like beside the bin.
I do.
Because
Even I do.
Yes, because they feel like it's a bit too sayang to throw away, right? So they're
Correct.
just like putting it there and hoping someone,
Takes it.
takes it.
Yeah.
Right.
And I tell you, it's gone within minutes.
I know because like for us, the guys who clean our blocks, right? I mean, they must live like kings, with the amount of stuff we throw away.
No,
Not just me. No, I mean my entire block. There's always, you're right, there's always at least 4 or 5 things next to a dumpster that people want to get rid of.
Okay, but you're a new mom, right? Your baby boy is 5 months old now. How does being a Freegan work with a baby, because some things surely you cannot use like secondhand, right?
Like what?
I don't know, like milk bottles,
Okay.
teats.
Okay.
Cannot,
Yeah,
right?
okay, teats
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can,
How do you stick to these principles of Freeganism while still ensuring your baby has what he needs?
Okay, so I need to clear up a misconception about Freeganism that we don't buy anything.
Okay.
Yeah, we do buy things,
Yeah,
right? And
okay.
I feel like veganism is a spectrum. Like you can be like a really strict one where you like try your best, right? To like maybe months before you need something, you try to get it secondhand and whatever. For me, it's just like, okay, I don't plan that much in advance. So if I really need something, I will just buy it.
Okay.
Right. So, and you mentioned things like milk bottles and teas, right? So those things we buy new.
Yeah,
right.
obviously.
Yeah.
Right.
But like for clothes, right? Like his crib.
Yep.
Yeah. Like a changing table. All these things we've got for free.
Okay.
Those are free. Okay.
So you don't necessarily dumpster dive for this. I mean, there must be a community that you all reach out to, right? Of fellow
Like a network.
Freegans, a network.
Yeah, so like I would say that for the mom and like the baby stuff, that's like a separate network, right? It's like just mothers and friends,
Right.
But there's the Freegan network, I would say it's like there are many like different platforms where people like just want to give away things, give and take things.
Okay.
So it can be, I mean, and some of these platforms actually already have it on your phone, right? Like Carousel. There's a free, you can list things for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then people will just come and take.
But is
Yeah.
there like, you know, a WhatsApp group that you have or that you're in?
That you can stay in communication
Yeah.
with each other.
Yeah, there are like several WhatsApp groups. So how I think what has evolved over the years is that it is very location dependent. So so I live in Ang Mo Kio, right? So it helps to be in WhatsApp group and community with people who live nearby, right?
Yeah.
Because when you need something, right, it's easier to ask from the people around you and easier to collect and all that. Yeah. So what has also happened is that, like, let's say for food rescue and food distribution, so it's also very location based.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I want to talk about this food rescue because, you know, prior to you coming on, right, me and FD is like, yeah, what clothes, all this can use secondhand, but food, we're talking about veg, like, you know, and all that, not just canned food, right, or instant food. So vegetables can rescue. You get these staples for free. How does that work?
Okay, so you know, Singapore, we import our almost like all our food, right? Because we don't have the land to grow and all. So food, when it arrives, right, there's like, it's divided into different grades, like A grade, B grade, C grade, right?
Ooh.
Yeah. So the A one would be like, you know, the prettiest looking, no blemishes. It's not wonky looking, right? Then the weirder looking, like a bit too ripe ones would be like B grade, C grade.
Okay.
Right.
They'll sell at a discount, right, at the supermarket sometimes.
They sell at a discount. Sometimes, because it's distributed from the Pasir Panjang Wholesale Centre, so they sometimes already, like before the food rescue starts, right, they already like discard it.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think one very common food that we get is like the bell peppers. Right?
Yes,
So when they're
yes.
changing from like green to red and it's like a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's baby.
Yeah. So it's just abandoned. So we get a lot of bell peppers.
Really?
Yeah. Or like even I don't know, like carrots or eggplants that is like, it's not really straight, or like or sometimes the size is like too big, too small. So there are certain like aesthetic standards that are set by the retailers.
Whoa. Okay, wait.
Yeah.
So where do you go to rescue all these like abandoned carrots and
you go to
eggplant?
Pasir Panjang?
In the beginning, we did that. We started. So I worked with this other Freegan, Daniel. He's also like very famous now. Okay, so he started this initiative where we went around to different vendors in the market to ask like, oh, would they be willing to give away the ugly vegetables or the vegetables they can't sell, right? So over time, this has evolved. Like different people have taken on this work right? And there's ongoing work to like recruit more volunteers. So right now, like I must admit that I don't have time to go there Yeah, and
with the new baby.
Not with the baby boy.
Yeah, and things kind of changed after COVID. Like different people came in, different systems were set up. So right now, I just take from a local distribution point. So
Okay.
there's a volunteer driver who would drive the food from like whatever market or the Pasir Panjang, and they'll send it to somebody's house, right? And that person would like sort it out.
I see.
Yeah. Then in that WhatsApp group, we'll be like, okay, I booked this slot, right? Because this is like one portion of like vegetables and fruits. So right now, I'm more of a consumer. Like
Okay.
I don't do the actual rescuing.
Okay.
Right,
Understand. But know that there are these places where you can get free, like, perishables, veg. But meats, what about meats? No?
Meats.
Do you buy or?
Yeah,
is
I
it-
buy
Okay,
meats.
okay.
I think meat is okay. I think vegetables are easier to rescue because it like rots a lot more quickly. Whereas meats, you tend to store them like it's frozen. So the it being like it turning bad and then needing to be rescued, I think happens a
see.
bit less often.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I don't have the lobang lah, but if
If you all know anybody who wants to get rid of meat,
Yeah, rib eye, also can wagyu.
yes.
we're all in line here.
Okay, you also organize decluttering parties, right? That is so interesting to me. Can you tell us what it's like? How do people get involved if they're interested? How does it work?
Okay. So I must say that there are already ways that people can get rid of their stuff, right? So, but the thing is, decluttering parties is for when people have like a lot of stuff to get rid of. Like it could be when they're moving or they want to renovate their house, and like getting rid of so much stuff is a lot of work if you were to like post individual items
Correct.
and like coordinate with individuals. So decluttering party is essentially like a free garage sale where you kind of like open up your home, you put all the stuff that you don't want in one part of the house, and then we have like maybe 2 hours where it's like an open house lah, where people can just come and take stuff.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
And these happen
is
what,
so
every
cool.
month at different locations or?
Right now, there's really no regularity. It really
Okay.
depends on like, is there someone who wants to
Open
declutter?
house.
Yeah, open house lah. Like, are they moving house? Are they changing from a
like-
different
I
life
think I
stage?
need to open house.
Oh, really? Okay.
First in line.
Okay, hold that thought. Okay, we're going back on air right now. Pato Banton featuring UB40 here on 1FM 91.3, and here in the studio with Xin Yi, who is a Freegan, and we've been having a really lovely conversation about Freeganism and understanding more about what it entails.
How has this freeganism shaped you? How has it made you grow?
I think part of it is embracing the weirdness, right? I think it's veganism is not I think it's quite controversial, right? Especially in the beginning, you mentioned like the idea of like dumpster diving, right? It's dirty, it's disgusting, right? And being able to be seen in that light, but also having that opportunity to like actually talk to people to correct. I mean, to let them be more informed, right?
Yeah,
in what
exactly.
it
That's
actually is
why.
about.
That's why you're here, because I don't think we should use the word weird.
It's not.
Yeah, because you're a regular person, you're a mom with a baby, and it's true that we need to live more sustainably, right? And there's so many ways that we can do it. And this is interesting. In the article on the Straits Times, right, you mentioned you've saved enough soap to last you for the next 5 years. Is that true?
Yes.
You've got soap.
Huh?
And Xin Yi uses hand soap for her entire body.
Wait, how do you
Yeah.
save soap?
She's collected this throughout the years.
Okay, actually, it's from just 2 different rescues.
Yeah.
So it was just soap that was expired. Yeah. So
That's weird to me. Why would people... Soap is soap, right? Still can
Yeah.
use.
yes, that's
Yeah.
exactly. So you
Yeah.
can become a freegan also.
Not bad. I will start with soap. Thanks.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on. So you said the soap is expired,
Yes.
Yeah.
and you said still can use. If it's expired, how do you still use it? Sorry, this is my ignorance, yeah?
No, because it doesn't go bad, really, right? There's
Not
all that
really.
chemicals in there. I mean, like, yeah. So you can still use it. Maybe if you don't want to use it on your body, you can use it for your hands. But it's bizarre to me that people just throw away things like soap because it's past their expiration date.
Oh, that's crazy. I've
Yeah.
never thrown away soap.
Yeah. So, okay, here's the thing. you also, I love this in the article, right? That you said at the end, what is it that you want your child to take away from this? You know, as he grows up in a mostly Freegan family, you know, are there any lessons that you want to teach him through your lifestyle?
I think to me the most important thing is to be creative, because actually I was also trained as a designer. Right. So to me it's just like how what we have in the world right now has been designed by somebody. Right. So rather than assuming that this is what it should always be, like can we be more creative and imagine another way of living?
Do you think this idea of freeganism can actually be integrated into mainstream society?
I think it's possible, right, that we become more aware of like our environmental impact, right, and we consume more sustainably. Because I think in the future, I do hope that freeganism doesn't even exist, because it would mean that we are actually very good stewards of our resources.
I like that.
Right.
I like that. Yeah, because you know, people don't look at you like strangely if you say, "Hey, I'm gonna go find something," you know, at this decluttering place or garage sale.
It becomes the norm.
The norm.
That's nice.
Okay, one last question. You say, you know, you're saving. Well, you're using your money wisely. Are you saving up for something, like something big? Because obviously you're very frugal.
Another baby.
That needless to say, lah, of course. But
Okay, that
anything.
stress. Okay, I think to me, like, so the question I have is like, how do you get money? Right, most people work.
You work for it. Yeah.
And to work, you put in your time.
Yeah.
Right, your skills. Right, and to me, time is the only unrenewable resource that you have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, it's like this money that I don't end up using is actually time that I saved. Does
Yes.
it make sense? Like,
I get it.
Okay, I get it. Yeah, okay.
Totally get you.
Yeah.
Time that you could have with your family, with your
Yeah.
baby, you know, and
yeah.
Wow, my mind is blown.
Nice.
Thank you so much, Xin Yi, for joining us here today. If you want to find out more, you can head to Straits Times, just search for Xin Yi or Freeganism. But yeah, it's been a pleasure having you here.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you.
Why start your day any other way? The Morning Drive, weekdays from 6 till 10 on FM 91.3.
It's Wednesday, the 9th of July.
1FM Day Check by Ng Xin